Good
Good
morning.
morning. How are you today?
I'm all right. I'm all right. We are back after nearly a week that we've not been on air.
And we've been doing some very exciting things. So on Friday evening, Deerwald was awarded the prize as the South African Agricultural Photographer of the Year 2023. And you can see in his title, look there. So again, congratulations, Deerwald. It's wonderful to have a double winner because he didn't just get the Photographer of the Year prize, he also won the Photograph of the Year prize. So we are very
Yeah.
proud to have you in our team. And I think that's the royal we.
let
So
me let
yes,
me
again, congratulations.
let me show the. Just want to get the photo to show here quickly.
And Friday evening's event was very swish at an amazing place near Stellenbosch. And we also had the privilege of having our Western Cape Premier, Alan Wendy's, chatting to us. And a lot of very good people. Yes, look at that. So that's one of the prizes.
And people must take a screenshot because they're not going to see me in a suit and tie soon.
Yes, it doesn't happen often, so watch the space.
And I just want to
And you
share
then
the. I just want to share the photo of the year as well. The photo that won. Here we go.
tell us about where that photograph was taken. Tell us a little story behind it. It's always nice to have an idea of what it's about.
Well, this was when I went to the Kalahari with Frans from Tom Ketchuppers in September, and this gentleman is Eben Antonissen, who is one of Tomcat's loyal clients up there with the Borstot Kos machines, and he basically feeds his cattle on the Swarthak bush that he makes into feed. And we were busy filming, and it was the dust and the animals and everything was just cool. And while I was busy filming it, he rubbed the head of the cow while she was eating. And I said to him, "Wait, you're going to have to do that again for me. I need to get some photos." And this was the resulting photo from that. And it's one of those, when you see it on the back of a camera, you just know that you've got something special. So yeah,
It is
that
absolutely beautiful, and
yeah.
it tells the story of care, of how much he cares for his animal and how much the animal trusts him. It's just
The-
absolutely beautiful.
But it's also the atmosphere, the dust, the dry, the yes. It
Yes,
was just a
all of
very,
that. So
very good shot.
there's what you see in the environment, and there's also the emotion that it evokes. So well done, really well done on that. Absolutely beautiful, Dewald. And you've let the man who's in the picture know that he's in the picture of the winning photo.
I have, yes, I have.
Yes, because that could be a bit of a surprise if he didn't know.
Yes, yes, yes.
So again, take a bow. Congratulations, and yes, let's move on from there.
Thank you. So the rest of the evening was, um, it was a fun evening, and to be honest, it was a lot more than what I expected it was going to be. We almost didn't go because we looked at the RSVP and we spoke about it, but things happened and we just never got around to doing it. And then they phoned us and says, "Well, we think that you have to be there."
Yes, it's important that you must be there. That's a strong hint. So we suspected something, and
Yes.
then you won. So that was fantastic. Really, really well done, and well deserved. And actually,
Thank you.
maybe it's an opportunity for me to tell the story of how Lucentlands started. That I was seeing Dewald's incredible photographs on Facebook, and I kept looking at these photographs, and then I realized, but this guy actually lives in Worcester, in my local town. And then I looked him up, and I saw this is a very large guy with a big beard, and I was far too intimidated to approach him for a couple of months. And then I finally knocked on his door, and I said, I think there's an opportunity in agriculture. And Lucentlands hasn't looked back since then. So what I saw in those photos 5, 6, 7 years ago, and you're winning it now, for sure. I knew that there was something very special there. And congratulations, dear Bart.
And thanks for coming to knock on my door.
It's been one hell of a roller coaster of fun experiences and interesting things, and we've learned a lot and seen a lot, and yes, it's incredible, and we still have lots of plans for the future.
Yes. So on that evening, also it was the other awards. There was the new Emerging Farmer of the Year award. There was also Crop Life Article Awards that was handed out, and we're going to put all of this into a newsletter going out onto the page on LinkedIn, if you're not subscribed there yet. So it was a huge award-winning evening, and one of the interesting things for me was that Jimmy Milan from Gauteng was crowned the Young Farmer of the Year, the South African Young Farmer of the Year 2023 on Thursday evening. On Friday evening, he was there as a finalist for Farmer of the Year. But the gentleman by the name of Dewald ter Water, must be a very cool guy, won the Farmer of the Year award. And the other nominee was Delico, the Treater family from Riebeek Kasteel, who's also good clients of ours. And it was just an incredible evening. And to what they've briefly shown about the finalists is that all of them have got extremely good businesses.
Yeah, and it was incredible. It really was. You felt so privileged and so lucky to be in the presence of these very big agricultural businesses and important people from the agricultural sector, and to have our Premier there, whose previous position was the Minister of the Western Cape Minister of Agriculture. And he was so delighted about what agriculture is doing in our province. And he also shared a lot of good news about what the Western Cape government is doing. So,
Correct.
You know, under difficult circumstances in our country, we were given quite a lot of hope. And he also spoke a lot about what the Western Cape is doing as far as the energy crisis. So, lots of good news, in fact.
He did say that there was a town in the Western Cape that they will announce in the next couple of weeks. That's going to be the first town in South Africa to go load shedding free.
Yes. Now, can you imagine how keen everybody will be to be that and living in that town?
Yes.
Anyway,
to add to that outside Worcester, they've just finished. I think it's a 20 megawatt backup battery system that is installed into the grid. So please let it be Worcester.
We live in hope. Okay, so we're going to chat about the news a little bit. We start maybe with okay. So it's news everywhere in all the newspapers and on all the news feeds that our port, right at the moment, port is a 4-letter word for anybody trying to export anything out of South Africa, and specifically the fresh produce sector, because how perishable the fresh produce is, and the ports are really causing problems. So here's an article in Eurofruit which says conventional reefers could play a crucial role. So conventional reefers are ships with big holds where pallets are packed in separately, as opposed to the more modern way of doing things, which has been the containers. So for decades, fruit has been exported from South Africa in conventional reefer ships, where they load the pallets directly into a hold, and the entire hold is refrigerated.
And they still do it with citrus.
Sorry, they do it with the citrus as well. With the South African stone fruit. Sorry, Dewald?
They predominantly still do it with citrus.
Yes. Okay, so the South African stone fruit and table grape season's underway. Exporters and industry are looking at logistical solutions to on-time shipments from Cape Town. As we say, the container terminal, there are a lot of problems. Going into that now, it's been done, and everybody knows it's very serious. So the South African stone fruit and table fruit seasons are gaining momentum, and in light of ongoing problems at Cape Town's container terminal, there are now plans to significantly increase shipments via specialized reefer vessels between December and February. So it's basically going back to the more conventional way of doing things. And it's good to know that that's happening. Although this is still early in the season, plans are afoot to utilize conventional reefers in addition to containers in order to ensure regular fresh arrivals of stone fruit throughout the season. Taking a leaf out of the book of the Cape Town citrus exporters, there you go, Dewald, who ran a very successful reefer operation to the US every year. It's the summer citrus program. So also say that there could be conventional reefers loading weekly during January and February for shipments to the UK and EU. So that's very good news. And it says here, it is understood that one vessel is to be scheduled in the pre-Christmas season. Hordco spokesperson Jacques Dupré said that such a shipping program will be crucial to the stone fruit industry as its efforts to avoid possible delays or compromised fruit quality on arrival. He says such a program will depend on table grape exporters joining the program. So it's about people working together and using the berths at the old reefer terminal in the main port of Cape Town. And let's put it this way: it's very good to know that there's an alternative to just the container terminal.
Yeah,
and
but it comes with its own challenges also. What people, for those that do not know, is that those pallets are stacked lower. It's not stacked as high as you would for a high cube reefer container, and also that would mean that things will need to be sent in cold trucks to the port and go into a cold storage facility over there, which we also know with all the phytosanitary and all the things that goes along with that, as also brings its own challenges. So I think it would be, especially if you're shipping two different commodities in one ship, it would be interesting to hear how those things go.
Yeah, for sure, Dewald. And the point is that you can't, if you've now packed to go into a container, you can't then use that to go. You've got to know beforehand, and these plans would have to be set in place. But thank goodness there is a possibility to get the stuff, because if we can't get the stuff onto ships, we're in big trouble as far as an industry goes, getting the stuff to the markets. So it's good to know that they're obviously making plans, contingency plans.
Yes. Okay. Which one do you want to talk about next?
Then, since we're talking about contingency plans and different things like that, there's the one about the the freight news article, cold cargo controls characterized as AMI's new OR Tambo facility. Do you want to take this one further, Gerard?
Yeah, let me just find it here quickly.
So, in other words, if you can't put it on a ship in a container, and you can put it on a ship with a conventional, and it's really good to know that the infrastructure for flying stuff out of South Africa and a new facility at OR Tambo in order to facilitate that. That's also good news for the fresh produce sector in our country.
Yes.
You got it there?
Yes, I've got it. It's quite a long article. The best would be I would rather link it in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay, I've linked it in the comments so people can go and read it all there.
Okay. So the AMI, let's use AMI's Air Menzies International, has started operating a new cold chain facility in Johannesburg to coincide with the wholesalers' accelerated expansion exercise, whereby physical handling capacity has been doubled across the board. So, and that's at Sky Park Industrial Complex adjacent to OR Tambo International Airport. And they've already moved into their new warehouse and office space at 2,959 square meters. It's more than twice the 1,450 squares that the Express Freight Company used to have at its disposal. So more facilities, more space, more opportunity to export by air from South Africa. Good news.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes, cool indeed.
Yes, literally. Okay, so and on the topic of cold storage, there is this one.
Fresh Plaza, huh? Yeah.
Fresh Plaza, yes. So South African exporters opened new cold storage facility in Kenya. Two South African fruit exporting companies, together with local Kenyan partners, recently opened the doors of a brand new state-of-the-art cold storage facility in Kenya. The new facilities are worth 1.5 million US dollars and launched on Sunday, 22 October 2023. Fruitbox Limited, a Kenyan importing and distribution company, was formed in 2014, owned by two South African companies, Vita Nova International and True Cape Fruit Marketing, as well as Messrs. Sandip. Well, there's some names I'm going to stuff up by trying to pronounce them. Both a long history in Kenyan fresh produce industry. Fruitbox Limited is the exclusive importer for True Cape in Kenya. These products include apples, pears, cherries, and soft citrus. Fruitbox also imports citrus and table grapes from southern African countries and Egypt, as well as kiwi fruit from Europe and South America. Well, that also needs to change to South Africa.
Yeah. So it's good to hear that this kind of infrastructure is being launched and expanded in countries like Kenya. So it will allow for better fresh produce importation and distribution in Kenya, and it also provides opportunities for South Africans like True Cape Marketing
this looks like it's a facility where fruit comes into and then gets distributed nationally in Kenya. It doesn't look like it probably will be able to do that as well, but for exporting, where fruit will go in there and then from there be exported out of the country. So I presume it will be able to serve both of these.
Yeah. Well, excellent to see that the infrastructure is growing in Africa, and it will provide opportunities for imports and export. Well, potentially for both. So that's good news.
Rolf Pinaar, Managing Director of True Cape Fruit Marketing. Our vision is to serve the Central East African market in a bigger, better, and more efficient way. Our management of the cold chain and the quality of our cold storage and product handling enables us to import and distribute more sensitive fruit types, broadening the product offering to the market. So it looks like it's just for importing.
Okay, incredible. All right. Yes. Well, it's under difficult circumstances in our country's exports and ports and all that kind of thing. It's really good to hear that there's hope, especially with the reefers, and that there's more infrastructure for flights out of the country, and also for places like this in Kenya, where our stuff is being sent, fruit from South Africa and is arriving.
And then just one last one, which is this one. Found this on Facebook.
Yes, exciting.
Developers have moved ahead this month, but this was posted 3 days ago. Developers have moved ahead this month in commencing the phase of the project which will see environmental approval for the redevelopment and expansion of Cape Winans Airport near Cape Town into an international commercial airport. The estimated cost of phase 1 of the project is 7 billion. That's with a B. The expansion includes realigning the primary runway with the orientation of 0119, not sure what that is, and a length of 3,500 meters, and building a passenger terminal with a capacity of 5.2 million annual passengers. Other developments such as cargo terminals, aircraft hangars, hotel, landside commercial real estate will be developed according to market demand. The master plan and several specialist aviation studies were carried out by the local office of NACO, Netherlands Airport Consultants.
That's very exciting. I think that's the airport that Rob Herstoff is involved with.
Yes.
and that's at the old Santa Kraal. So can you imagine in a few years' time we're going to be able to go and fly internationally from there?
Yes.
Exciting.
The
Very
interesting thing
exciting.
why that location was so significant is it's got runways in every single wind direction, so that it doesn't matter which way the wind's blowing, planes can take off there.
Yeah, very exciting. So Cape Town will have 2 international airports. That's pretty cool.
It's about bloody time.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's probably not going to happen in the next 5 years, but still, it's amazing to see that it's actually going ahead.
Well, it's a private airport. So let's see what happens. It's going to be very exciting.
You know, they're reading the comments. First comment here, I just saw this now.
Yes.
I can't pronounce the gentleman's name. Great. At least international tourists will not end up in Mitchell's Plain.
Well, there you have it. Anyway, okay. I think we've covered quite a lot of exciting things, new things. You winning the South African agricultural photographer of the year is very exciting news for us and for our company, and all the other reasonably good news stories we've shared.
Yes.
So I think we can call it a day. Have
Yes.
a lovely Tuesday.
Righto. Cheerio.
Have a good one.